Is AI slop worse than cannibalism, bro?
Cannibalism is bad. Or is it? Technically, humans can eat other humans. We are made of meat, and meat is food. The body of an adult man contains approximately 120,000 calories, which is enough to feed another adult man for around 48 days. The overwhelming majority of the 63 million people who died in 2025 were not eaten, which
Okay, so I'm assuming his point is that AI slop is worse than cannibalism because it takes up like a bunch of resources and shit, right?
means that a huge amount of edible protein
Like pure utilitarian type shit.
was wasted. If not for the widespread cultural taboo against cannibalism, those extra calories could have helped to alleviate hunger in the developing world. Widespread cannibalism would also be good for the environment by reducing the global demand for farmed meat and by reducing the amount of methane released by decaying human.
Oh yeah, also don't sorry. Don't cows like produce an overwhelming amount of methane or some shit that contributes to the ozone layer being burnt off or like fucking global warming?
Corpses. Some philosophers have argued that our modern cultural aversion to cannibalism is entirely irrational, assuming that the people being eaten are already dead and have given their consent for their bodies to be consumed. Famous serial killers and the historical records from
Is that Jeffrey Dahmer?
cannibalistic societies also confirm that human flesh tastes really good. Now, at this point, you may be thinking, holy
You ever like bit in your arm and that shit low-key kind of salty, but it's like almost bacon like?
sweet Mary, mother of what the was that? That's good. That means that you are a normal, functioning human
Yo,
being.
isn't this the guy that argued 6-year-olds could vote, by the way? Or like anybody
Cannibalism
should vote?
is, in fact, very bad. The ethical system that I believe in is that an action is morally good if and only if it benefits humanity, and an action is morally wrong if and only if it harms humanity, where humanity is defined as the social group emergent from all living Homo sapiens. There are many, many, many different systems of morality and ethics. I'm sure plenty of my viewers disagree with the system I've just described, and please feel free to argue against it in the comments. But for the purpose of today's video, this is what we're going with. Cannibalism is morally wrong, according to my ethical system, if it causes a net harm to humanity. We've already talked about the potential benefits of cannibalism. So, what are the downsides? Well, humans carry diseases that can infect humans, obviously. So, humans eating humans is an excellent way to spread disease. There are even certain incurable prion diseases that are primarily transmitted via cannibalism. Spreading fatal infections pretty clearly harms humanity. So cannibalism is at least somewhat wrong. Now, I'm no anthropologist, but presumably a society in which other people are an acceptable food source if you're really hungry is also much more likely to collapse into murder anarchy during a famine. And murder anarchy harms humanity. Cannibalism being culturally accepted also provides a strong incentive to dehumanize other people, kill them, and even treat them as livestock. Historically, institutionalized cannibalism has been closely enmeshed with slavery, murder, torture, human sacrifice, and sexual assault.
They're eating babies on an island. They're eating babies on.
The victims were generally women, children, and prisoners of war. In several places, there were actually markets where you could buy human flesh for consumption. If you want to learn more about the history of cannibalism and also feel physically sick, you too can subject yourself to reading the Wikipedia page on human cannibalism.
Yo, what was that website I saw last time? Uncyclopedia or some shit? What does that have to say about pedia? Or cannibalism? Just some bullshit, bro.
It is officially my least favorite page on Wikipedia. Dear Wikipedia, the section on which body parts taste best is not
What the fuck?
necessary. Throughout history,
Y'all eating the hands or the feet first, bro? Don't answer that. I mean, answer it, but like, I already know what y'all niggas is going for, bro.
cannibalism has been extraordinarily harmful to humanity, with very little benefit. Even so-called respectful funerary cannibalism, in which people eat the bodies of their own family, has caused deadly disease outbreaks, such as the Kuru epidemic among the Foray people of Papua New Guinea. In this context, our modern cultural taboos against cannibalism aren't irrational. The taboos are directly beneficial, both to individuals, who avoid contracting dangerous diseases, and to society, which avoids a major incentive for dehumanization, exploitation, anarchy, and murder. And the benefit would be, what, slightly more available calories? Cannibalism harms humanity, therefore cannibalism is morally wrong. Most of you probably already knew that. Cultural norms are useful because they give you a mental shorthand for deciding what is and what is not okay. You didn't need to read the worst page on Wikipedia and spend several days wrestling with moral philosophy.
No, deadass though. What do you think is the worst page on Wikipedia? Like, what would be? Would it? Okay, first of all, would it be like the most disgusting thing or the most like just poorly written thing? Hello. I guess it'd be human cannibalism.
Know
right?
that cannibalism is not okay. You internalized that idea as a child without needing to be explicitly taught, and you probably now have a strong feeling of disgust towards the idea of eating other people. I think we need to develop a new cultural norm with a similar feeling of visceral disgust for a different consumable product. AI Slop. AI slop is media that has been generated by artificial intelligence. That could be a book written by ChatGPT, or a video made by
Yo, if you read books written by ChatGPT, you're dead as a loser. Like, there's some loser ass shit you could do with AI. If you read a book by fucking ChatGPT, you are a fucking loser. Like, there's no way around it. You just are.
Or a podcast about hating women churned out by Grok. For AI slop to be
Okay, but outside the grok part, it's like, bro, I'm a heavy feminist, bro. But like, I still feel like the book entirely, like it was written by ChatGPT, and you still read it, like in its entirety. I feel like you're still more of a fucking loser. I don't know.
morally wrong, in my ethical framework, it has to harm humanity. So, does it do that? To answer that question, we need to get philosophical for a moment. You, the person watching this video, are an emergent property of your cells. In other words, you are the constantly changing pattern of interactions between your cells. If I took the 37 trillion cells in your body, separated them, and kept them alive in 37 trillion different test tubes, you, the person, would be dead, even though all of your cells are still alive. You are more than just the sum of your cells. You are emergent from their interactions.
And that's why this is sponsored by Emergent AI.
The social group, is an emergent property of humans. If I took all 8 billion living humans, separated them, and put them in 8 billion different prison cells with no way to communicate, humanity, the social group, would stop existing, even though all of the humans are still alive. Humanity is emergent from the interactions of humans. AI slop harms humanity by destroying these human interactions and replacing them with a cheaper, synthetic alternative. Economically, this makes sense. The exchange of ideas between humans through books, films, art, music, photos, video games, YouTube videos, news articles, blogs, tweets, comments,
My life is like,
and everything else on the public internet makes money. So there's profit to be had in squeezing humans out of the equation, at least on the production side. In practice, this means that tech companies are trying to automate human culture itself. In doing so,
I've never seen meta AI in use, by the way. I've never seen this one get used. Like, ever. I've never seen this like, bro, what is this?
This means that tech companies are trying...
Like, it's meta, yeah. But, like, do they have like, dead ass, though? I've never seen anybody use meta AI fucking... Bro, what is this? What the fuck is this? Fuck you, bitch.
To automate human culture itself. In doing so, they are essentially ripping out humanity's nervous system. They are destroying something that is fundamental to our species, and there will be less of humanity, the social group, because humanity is made of human-to-human interactions that AI slop is replacing. AI slop harms humanity directly by design. Therefore, under my definition of morality, to produce or knowingly consume AI slop is morally wrong. There are lots of other, more practical reasons to dislike AI slop. It's generally full of misinformation because AI models don't know what's true and tend to just make things up. It enables industrial scale scams, fraud, and blackmail. It provides tech companies and governments with an infinite fire hose of propaganda to spray on the public. It's destroying whole industries and causing enormous job losses without creating new jobs to replace them. The AI models themselves were largely trained on stolen data, and
And it's
stealing is
making shitty videos of fucking cats, bro.
wrong. AI industry data centers use a huge amount of energy, straining power grids and increasing electricity prices.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a fucking, I don't remember if this was like Ohio or Wyoming. It was one of those states nobody fucking cares about, right? Wasn't there, it was a city that had its main power company not give residential power anymore. Like the power company was diverting all of its usage to AI data centers and gave the entire fucking city like some short amount of months to find a new company, locally. So, that's great, I guess.
While making the climate crisis worse, AI girlfriends and boyfriends actively monetize loneliness while further isolating their victims from real human connection. And sometimes chatbots
I think you need a new
just drive people
boyfriend.
insane. All of these things
Yo, I want to see the process of somebody getting driven insane by AI, though. Because again, like, I know how AI works to a degree, right? I know, like, the surface level back processes of it. How do you fucking go insane? How do you go cyber psycho in real life, bro? What the fuck you mean it drove you insane? Like I get there's probably some like already underlying problems, but like I do genuinely want to see what the fuck happened for you to go insane via AI.
harm humanity to some degree. But even if those practical and social problems were solved, the fundamental purpose of AI slop is to automate culture and replace human interactions. The best case scenario for AI slop, working as intended, is still morally wrong. And honestly, why would you want to live in a future where
Oh
all of
hey, hold up. It's banana. That's a real thing. That was pre-AI. Fuck you, bro. That's not AI. That's pre-AI. Don't you talk shit about banana, bro.
your media is generated by an algorithm, where most of your friends are corporate chatbots? What is human culture at that point? How does democracy work in that world? How will we share our ideas and opinions with other people if the internet is buried under a seething ocean of slop? Genuinely, what is the point of this technology? Beyond like big tech companies want to make money, I can understand and even support the desire to automate boring office work or manual labor or scientific research, but automating human culture is insane and dystopian. Which brings me back to my original question. Is AI slop worse than cannibalism? My emotional gut reaction is no, obviously not. But maybe that's just my social conditioning talking. Rationally, I'm honestly not sure. I think it's at least possible that the worst case scenario for AI slop would do more harm to humanity than, for example, widespread consensual funerary cannibalism. Of course, it's difficult to compare a cannibalistic version of modern society that doesn't exist with the AI slop dystopia corporations are enthusiastically dragging us towards. My hope with making the cannibalism comparison was to get you thinking about morality in the abstract. How do you define right and wrong, separate from the emotional reactions and cultural norms that you learned as a child? The point of this video is not to convince anyone that AI slop is bad. You probably already felt that way. Instead, I'm trying to convince you that your existing hatred of AI slop is morally and philosophically justified. I consider myself to be a very pro-science person, and as a general rule, I like new technology. But new technologies are not always good. Asbestos insulation and leaded gasoline were extremely useful technologies with enormous economic value.
Yo, lead. I feel like I don't know, bro. Lead. The fact that lead was in fucking everything is low key and fucked up like two, three, four entire fucking generations is crazy though. Like, I get we got our own shit. Like, again, AI, but like, just a fucking poisonous material in fucking everything is crazy. No.
But they also killed millions of people. In retrospect, they were bad technologies. To be clear, I'm not against the use of AI in general. Using artificial intelligence to improve cancer detection, or to control self-driving cars, or to develop new medicines, or to verify mathematical proofs. All of that is great. I actually used to be a machine learning researcher for a quantum computing company. So it's not like I have some vendetta against all AI technology. It's specifically AI generated media that I think is morally wrong and bad for society. But if AI slop keeps getting more realistic, pretty soon
It's Sacco.
we won't be able to tell it apart from real human content. So maybe we should just give up and accept the slop into our lives.
Go back to talking about corporate elites, bitch.
No. Google has developed a tool called SynthID
I
that
guess.
applies invisible digital
Sacco switched sides. Wait, what the fuck?
watermarks to the images, videos, and songs generated by their AI model Gemini.
It's always fucking country music, by the way. That's like mass generated by AI. And I get it's like one at this point in time one of the simplest genres to do. But like, is it because older people consume a lot of newer country? Like, why is it always country specifically that does the best out of like these AI generated songs?
OpenAI has announced that they will also be using SynthID to watermark their AI generated images. One reason that AI companies are moving in this direction is to comply with the transparency obligations laid out in Article 50 of the EU's AI Act. These rules will come into effect in December of 2026, and they are a good start. Unfortunately, even if a piece of content has digital watermarks declaring that it was synthetically generated, social media platforms like YouTube are not always required to share this information with users.
Yo, real quick, by the way, shout out to the fucking EU, bro. Like, there's the whole fucking Americans hate the EU shit. Bro, there's so much anti consumer practices that got taken down or stopped or diverted purely because the EU had something to say about it. Like, the fucking iPhone no longer using its own cable that nobody else can, that isn't compatible with shit, bro. Like, bro, just I don't know. The EU is just one of them. Like, it's got its downsides too, but like, it's definitely, it's definitely helped with a lot of shit.
We need more consumer protection laws in major markets like the EU and the US, placing the burden on social media platforms to identify and label AI slop. We have nutrition labels for food, we can have nutrition labels for content. Another piece of good news is that third-party AI detection tools available to the public have gotten much more accurate in recent
It also probably fucks up your brain like porn does. Like, you know how when you consume a lot of porn, especially like not real images of people or edited images of people, kind of fucks up your brain. Not in like, not just in the addictive way, but in like the way you perceive humans and shit. Like, consuming too much AI generated content probably fucks up how you see reality. Oops.
years, so we don't necessarily need digital watermarks to figure out what is and isn't slop. Admittedly, this topic is controversial and deserves its own video, so subscribe to be notified when I finally get around to that. In the meantime, I have a message for my fellow YouTubers. You gotta stop using slop in your videos. If you're a musician, you might be tempted to use AI-generated animations in your music videos. If you're an
No. Who has ever been tempted to do that? Like, y'all, you see this. You see those. Who has ever in the history of music been tempted to do that bullshit? What? Because it's like you don't want it generating the music. Why would you want it doing anything else?
animator, you might be tempted to use AI-generated background music in your animations. If you make video essays, you might be tempted to use AI-generated stock footage, or animations, or music, or thumbnails, or narration, or scripts, and on the surface...
Yo, bro, if I see an AI thumbnail on YouTube, like, bro, my YouTube pretty chill. My YouTube chill. Like, there's not really AI shit on there like that. If I see an AI generated thumbnail, okay, there's not really examples. Hold on. Like, if I see an AI generated thumbnail, it's just blocked on site. I'm never watching your channel again. I mean, this shit too, but like, that's not AI. That's just that type of content, bro. I will literally, bro, you won't get the chance to show me another video from your channel because you can block fucking channels. It's like, bro, that shit is horrible. Is that Jack? Is that
In
that one Jack? Hold up.
isolation,
Is that that one Jack Pembroke video?
any one of those things seems like it might be okay. It lets you make cool content without learning new skills or working with people who already have those skills. Learning is hard, and people are gross. But the consequence of using slop in your content is teaching your audience that watching slop is okay. In doing so, you are undermining the cultural norm that is currently forming against AI slop. And pretty soon, you're going to be relying on that moral principle to stop your whole career from being automated out of existence. Using AI, YouTube can already suggest video ideas to creators based on their previous content.
Yeah, this shit's fucking awful, bro. Like, I'm pausing a shit ton. I get it. Bro, hold up. Blue, right? Bro. Hi. Suggest new video ideas. Like, this shit is actually fucking awful. Because when it first gave it to me, I was like, oh, that's. Wait, hold on. I remember this. And it's just like the same fucking shit. Like, half the time, it's either some outlandish thing that nobody wants to see, or literally just re-fucking gurgitated shit that you've already done. So, like,
Using AI, YouTube can already
why?
generate videos based on those ideas. YouTube has a financial incentive to eventually cut out the middleman, i.e., human YouTubers, and internally generate those videos, if viewers on YouTube will accept consuming slop. And even if YouTube doesn't start generating the slop themselves, individual grifters who want the ad revenue are already doing so. So it is in your selfish long-term interests as a human YouTuber to never use AI slop in your content, because doing
Yo, I get it's like, it's just fucking easy, but YouTube should, it has not, you shouldn't be allowed to make money off AI videos. On YouTube, at least, bro. I don't give a fuck about a lot of these other platforms. On YouTube, if you post something that is like a considerable amount of it is generated with AI, you just shouldn't be able to monetize it. Like, it's not your content. Who's watching this? Why would anybody watching this appeal to advertisers? Because that's what they want. They want to put ads on your shit, and that's fine. Like, that's its whole that's a whole other problem. But like, they want to put ads on your shit. Are the people consuming AI slop really gonna buy fucking like, I don't know. I don't get fucking YouTube ads. Whatever the fuck they're selling, bro. I mean, I guess like some of those shitty mobile game ads, but it's like, I don't know, bro. A lot of them are like just fucking little kids or very old people. So, not exactly the range you want to be advertising to, right?
so legitimizes the technology that could one day replace you. It's like content creators are all on the same ship, and we're not quite sinking yet, but some of you are ripping chunks out of the hull to build a life raft. The war on slop is a winnable fight, so start acting like it. If you have used AI in your content in the past,
He keeps bringing up this fucking Jack Pembroke video. Is this thumbnail AI? I swear to God, this is that Jack Pembroke video. Like, can you make your money back on all-inclusive flight or whatever the fuck? I see one AI thumbnail. Ooh, okay. I swear to God, this is. Hold on. Where is it? Did he change it? This one looks just entirely AI. Did he change it? Where is it? Yeah, no. Okay. It's this one, right? I don't know. There's probably fucking few. I might be just stupid, but also I did not need to close that.
Don't feel too bad about it. Slop hatred is a new cultural norm that's still evolving. When DALL-E 2 first came out, I generated a messy AI slop painting of my grandmother's favorite bird, printed it out, framed it, and gave it to her for Christmas. And at the time, I thought that was a cool
That is the worst thing. That's yeah.
present. I don't blame past me for being incredibly cringe and not having fully understood the moral implications of AI slop, back when we were still calling it AI art. However, times have changed.
Did we ever call it AI? Like, I get a lot more of the population enjoyed it, but were we ever like, yeah, this is so cool, yeah, yeah, AI? Like, were we ever really that? Oh fuck, where'd I put it?
Slop, back when we were still calling it AI art. However, times have changed, and if you keep using AI in your content going forward, you are making an informed decision to do something that is both morally wrong and actively damaging to your own career. If you're not a YouTuber and you notice that one of your favorite creators is currently using AI slop in their videos, even just in small ways, leave them a
Not my goat, Quebblecop though. Not my goat though.
respectful comment to say, hey, that's not cool, I don't support that. As a YouTuber myself, I can confirm that we are very anxious by nature and easily peer pressured by our viewers. So this will work. You can also make an effort not to watch content from creators who refuse to stop using slop, even if they're only using it a little bit. It's like saying,
Block them. Block them. Like, if they don't stop, fucking block their fucking channel, bro. Like, holy shit.
oh, I'm not a cannibal. I only eat toes as a fetish thing. That's still cannibalism. AI slop harms humanity. Therefore, AI slop is wrong. And we, the citizens of the internet, still have time to make it go away. If you want more people to see this video, like and subscribe to boost it in the YouTube algorithm.
I did that.
For those of you who want to debate philosophy with me, I'll hang around in the comments. Just remember to keep your message short and focus on one main point if you want me to respond. Thank you to my illustrator, Maris Tockler, for suffering through this particularly weird topic. And thank you to all my backers on Patreon, especially those in the big sentient
Oh shit, no.
hat tier
Don't
for
spoil the game.
supporting the channel. I'm Silly Conversation.
Don't spoil the games. Good ass video, bro.